Hello all, Jamie here from Craftmania, and today I am bringing you some brand new additions to our Scrap Boys product range. Now, we launched Scrap Boys here at Craftmania late last month, I believe, and it has gone down an absolute storm. Many of the pads sold out instantly, so did the little embellishment bags. And as I told you on the last video, this actually comes from Poland, so we've had to wait a little bit of time to get those lines back in stock. But the good news is lots of those lines are now back in stock, and with them are some brand new ones as well to share with you. So just a quick video today to introduce you to the new collections and new items, because I have a feeling you're going to fall in love with these. Now, if you do like the look of them, of course, you can shop on our dedicated Scrap Boys page. There is a link in the description to this video, so it's easy for you to go and find. Once you've landed on the Craftmania website and you've started your shopping, you're going to soon fall in love with lots of items. We carry over 10,000 items, including an awful lot of Scrap Boys products and growing by the day. Now, once you have completed your shopping, when you head to checkout, you're going to, of course, need to know about our P&P. So if you live in the UK and you spend over £10, you're going to receive free UK P&P. You can choose to upgrade that if you wish to first class postage and packaging, and if you wish to do that, that's a flat rate of £3.95. If you spend under £10, you're more than welcome to do so. That actually has a capped P&P rate of £2.95. If you're watching us from around the world and you'd like to order, then of course you can too. Your international shipping is capped at £10. So with no further ado, let's delve on in and have a little look at these goodies, because I think you're going to fall in love with these as much as I have. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I've been very, very well behaved. I haven't delved past the covers or the outside packaging of these items. I wanted to leave it till I was with you so you get my honest reactions to the pages as we go through them. Now, as you can see, we have got a 6x6, an 8x8 and a 12x12, all in the brand new Paula's Attic collection. Price wise for you, 6x6 pads should be £7.49. These are on offer currently for £6.74. 8x8 pads should be £8.99. They are on offer for £8.09. And 12x12 pads, these should be £14.49, and they are on offer for £13.04. So let's delve through, shall we? Now, the bit I love about this, and the reason I always show you them in this format, is because I love the idea that when we look at different size pads, we get the same designs throughout them, but what happens is that the imagery is blown up larger. So if we have a little look at page number 1 in here, and we go over to page number 1 in our pad, and we go into page number 1 in our 6x6 pad, everything coordinates through. And I don't know about you, but to me that just gives me the look of luxury. And it means that as we flick through these, let's go for the flower, for instance, page 3 or 4, wherever we were now. I promise we'll go through these properly in a second. But it means that you can take your pictures and you can layer them together and know that as you go through your project, everything is going to coordinate for you, and it's going to give you a really luxurious finish, because suddenly everything coordinates and is amplified or shrunk down, depending what way you're looking at it, as you go through your layers. So maybe on a 12x12 project, starting with the 12x12 sheet and then stepping forward through your mats and layers, going down in sizes of print. To me, that gives a really luxurious, thought out style to my project. So let's start off, as we've mentioned the 12x12, let's start off at the beginning, shall we? So in this one, we're going to receive an extra sheet on the back of the cover. I'll show you that in a second. You're also going to receive 12 double-faced sheets. They're, of course, acid and lignin-free, and they're, of course, 12x12. They're also 250 GSM, so a great weight to be working with. If we bring that into view for you, let's have a little look at what that extra sheet is. Now, this extra sheet is great. I love the way they do this at Scrap Boys. Instead of just giving you some packaging that you're going to use once or look at once and never use again, instead of having that sort of waste that's no purpose, no use, what they do is on the reverse, they actually print a complete sheet of topper elements that can then be used throughout your project. So each of these have got like a little grey line around them that you can go in and cut out really easily, so that you've got those to accentuate your designs. As we move forward in this, you've got 12 double-faced sheets. That means that each sheet is going to be double-sided, giving you the option to use whether the front or the reverse, or of course do some nifty fold backs to reveal both sides. So I love these little birds hiding in these bouquets. That's beautiful. I always love a script. You know that about me. I love scripts. So this script is really beautiful. I love the way that everything is coordinating. We can see that perfectly already, whether we're going to use the front or the reverse of that one, it's going to match. Then when we move on to page number 2, really, we've got that beautiful crackle coming through with this one. Stunning flowers. Oh, look at that. That's nice. That's giving me nice sort of like wedding lacy vibes, maybe even for a white on white project perhaps, whether that's a page or a card. We've got 2 of those. These are rather impressive. Look at those beautiful windows. They are gorgeous, aren't they? Look at that set outside there. A beautiful scene. That really takes you through. They might be a flat print, but doesn't that picture just have so many layers to it? It looks like it's multi-dimensional. Then we've got little tabs down here for you. Best wishes, I love you, memories, happiness. Great whether we're scrapbooking or card making. That's rather elegant. So if you don't like the windows, on the reverse, you've got that beautiful damask style pattern, and you've got the words actually done in Polish on the reverse. So, and that's something I like that they do as well. They know that obviously they're catering for multiple languages. You might not want them in English, you might not want them in Polish, and let's give them to you in both ways. So you've got both options to use them. Then as we flick through, that beautiful flower that we had a little look at, that is gorgeous, isn't it? That is really lovely. And that is just going to work with every page as we flick through these, whether we're building up those windows and want some lovely flowers to go behind them, or whether we're leaving the windows out and we're going to go for that beautiful damask, it's going to work together. When we flip this one over, another beautiful pattern. That is actually, I believe, if we have a little look back, I have a feeling that's the same pattern, but another shade. That's really lovely, actually, because again, when we're trying to build forward and we're building up our scenes or our pages, how lovely to have that same design, but in multiple colours. And then maybe team it in with something like this on the top, with then flowers coming in, that crackle, and then these multiple shades bringing out those colours running through it. That's a really well thought out colour palette that's going to look beautiful as we build up and create more pages or more depth for our albums or our projects. Now, that's impressive. I love little tabs like this. These are going to give us the option to put in little journaling tabs, little picture tabs for our cards, little bits to put into pockets. They're beautiful. Maybe add some glitter or some glossy glazes to these, something along them lines to give a bit of dimension. Or maybe go in and cut out elements and layer them up. You're going to have 2 of each sheet. So again, if you wanted to layer the violin, for instance, or maybe the clock, you absolutely could do. Oh, that's nice. That again, I know it's a flat paper, but doesn't it look like there's a lot of texture coming through on this one? Very impressive print quality to these. You really are getting good quality for your pennies with these. Now we've got some slightly larger frames. They're lovely because again, quite easy to trim out if you wanted to. Maybe you're going to just add on to them with some journaling. Maybe you might bring in some tabs and add on to them. Maybe you're going to build up from them. Maybe you're just going to use these numbers to create some dates and place them on there, or bring in some of these pictures from across the top. But either way, great frames to be working with. These tags are really, really pretty, and I like the way that they've carried through the same themes and items that you've seen through there. When we flick this one over, a wood grain. Who doesn't love a wood grain? And this is really nice actually, because as we flick back through some of these pages and you start seeing the patterns on the reverse of these, they're really working nicely together, aren't they? Again, tone on tone, shade wise, working really, really well. But even something like them flowers that we keep coming back to, team those with that wood grain, that's giving a really nice effect too. So, okay, let's have a little look. Oh, and then onto our last sheet, I believe. And that again is the same as that one. So I'm going to work for you all the way through. I didn't see a single sheet in that collection that I'm not falling in love with and thinking is absolutely usable. Then when we go on to our 8x8 version, so again, 12 double-sided sheets, 2 extra sheets on this one. We've got the front and the back cover. Don't forget this one is on offer for £8.09. You've just seen all of these designs running through. So exactly the same again, going all the way through here. Everything you see in 12x12, once again in the 8x8, but just shrunk down. Again, when you're coming to layer something like these tabs, for instance, and we're working on the idea of building up a bit of a collage, building up a bit of a pocket with a few different tabs in them, when you can see that you're going to have these in multiple sizes to sort of fan into your booklets, that's going to look really expensive and really luxurious as well. Then if we skip ahead to the back page, what's going on here then? So that back page they mentioned, that extra bonus back page, this again has got more little tabs for us to go in and snip round and layer and use. And what I love with Scrap Boys, and this is really clever, you're probably going to see it best on a sewing machine, is when they can, when they've got the option to and they've got room to, they're going to double face that and flip that design. So if you're going to do a card with an aperture in and you want to have that in the aperture, when you open that card blank, don't fear, you're going to have the same design on the inside, not just a white backing that's going to be a bit harsh or a bit weird shaped. It's going to coordinate perfectly with what you've trimmed around and used. Maybe it isn't that you need it for. Maybe you would actually just prefer to have the sewing machine pointing to the left instead of the right, because that fits in with your composition better. Either way, they've give you those options. We've also got butterflies, little sewing spools, and different bits like that in that one as well. Then let's move forward to our 6x6, so the smallest one in the collection. This time we're up in the ante. There are 24 double-sided pages in this one. Again, 2 extra sheets on the front and reverse. I'm going to go out and limb here and say that we're going to get 2 of each, I reckon. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, there's probably repeated further down, isn't it? So let's just check that. Yes, so we're going to get 2 of each sheet. So there are our first 12, exactly the same as that we see through the first 2 pads. And then again, we're getting them 12 again on these ones. Now you look how cute these are getting. How cute are they now that we've got down to the right miniature size? I love them. They're really lovely. Lovely little like insert tabs going on here, or little message tabs. And again, on the reverse, you've got that double-sided printed where possible of those elements that can be trimmed and used. So don't forget, your 6x6 pad, £7.49 is the recommended retail price, offer price £6.74. Then we move on, and we've got another collection for you that's brand new. We have got the Lady in Red collection. Now this is very, very pretty, isn't it? Straight away here we are seeing our little bag of goodies. These are giving you all die cut elements, as you can see here. There's an awful lot in these. There's 51 elements. These bags aren't cheap, but they do pack a punch. They should be £8.99. The offer price is £8.09. But in that, you're going to receive your 51 different elements. When we just have a little look, should we just get a few of these out? We don't need to see all of them necessarily, but let's just go for a few of them. So as you can see here, and I'm going to get out the others actually. I said we're not going to get them all out, and now here I am getting them all out. But this is lovely, because what I'm showing you here is a bit like in them pads. If you don't wish to be using these facing in one direction, do not fear, flip them over, and you have got the opposite direction to play with. And that might be really nice, because you might wish to do something along the lines where you're telling a bit of a story throughout your project and you want the faces to look in different directions. Maybe again, it's going down to different items. Let's have oh, there's a gentleman in here as well. He's going to be double-sided, so maybe we want to team him with one of the ladies that is going through that. Oh, there's another one there as well, another character. Maybe it's to do with these flowers. We want to flip those. So we've got those coming around our imagery. Maybe we want to do some extra foliage coming in from in those bouquets. We've got the option to do those as well. Maybe it's even like the little mirror that we're working with here that we're going to put behind them. As you can see, very quickly, we can build up some incredible compositions just by bringing in some of these elements and doing our journaling on here, telling our story from in these pieces. Now, if we go ahead here, let's be cheeky. Let's delve in a bit to one of our papers, and I'll take you through these in more detail in a second. But maybe it is, oh, that's lovely. Let's lift these bits up. Let's start bringing these in. And maybe we'll start with some flowers up there. Then our gentleman on there. I don't think we need that. This is a bit too, and I might put them, that might be nicer. And then add in the little journaling tab, maybe behind him. And then over this side, add in, we've got some smaller flowers, maybe a ticket. How quickly is that though, to build up the base of that imagery? And then maybe we're going to put in some big pictures on the top there. Or maybe we're not, you know, this is the choice. This is how we can build. Maybe we would like to bring in the clock. And I'm not saying you're going to use all of these elements on one page like I am here, but it's kind of nice to see actually how quickly we can build through and create these really cool looking pages without actually having to do too much work, because everything's been die cut for us. from out these little bags or from in these little bags. So there's just a small idea of what you could be creating. Now again, add in some glossy glazes, add in some glitters, add in some foam tape so we've got some dimension, and we could make some incredible looks for those. So that's the little bag of goodness, little bag of magic I like to call those, because to me that saves me hours of work because everything's in there that I need. So let's go to the papers. We've seen a couple of the sheets, but let's delve in. So very similar to before, this one isn't available yet in a 12 by 12 with us. I believe it was out of stock with Scrap Boys, but we'll add it to our future orders, I'm sure. But at the moment we have got the 8 by 8 and the 12 by 12 with the 12, not 12 by 12, sorry, 6 by 6. In the 6 by 6, 24 double-sided pages. In the 8 by 8, you're going to get your 12 pages, 8 by 8, same price as the last one, should be £8.99, £8.09 on offer. And with a 6 by 6 should be £7.49 on offer at £6.74. Let's go for this one actually, because you might see it slightly better. Let's have a little delve. So imagery on the reverse of the sheet, just like before. So we've got those extra pieces that we can be using and working with. And then when we start flicking through these pages, these are gorgeous, aren't they? They are lovely. I like this. That kind of black coming through from the reverse there, but with a nice pop of the flowers on the top. That's really pretty. Team that with that black and white background, and I can see some really lovely layering going on between those. Coming through to these little tabs, I mentioned in the last one how much I love the little tabs, but these are great for journaling and sentiments. More little tickets, I love these. These sort of little tags that you can just pop through the hole, add in some ribbon, make some great effects with those. These characters are really pretty as well. Oh, I like that. Look at this. So on the back of these, they did this in some of the last pads that we brought to you, but I love the way that actually on the reverse of some of these sheets, they've give you the ability to go in and write some messages, add your journaling, add your names and dates. And it just means that if you do want to put these into a little pocket on an album or a card, whatever you're working on, maybe you want to do some secret journaling bits that people don't necessarily know are there. These are great because it means we don't have to take the tag and make our own back in. They're already there. Cut that out, it is ready to go. I love that. That is luxury. That is what we need, isn't it? That is simplifying what we're working with and making sure that everything is going to be ready to go the second we start working with it. So as we flick through here, we can see there are endless elements, endless pieces. And then when we get to the back page, again, lots of different elements that we can go ahead and trim out and use. Same setup for our 6 by 6 pad. So same idea as what you just see in the 8 by 8, all working through there. And just like before, in case you're wondering, your imagery is shrunken down to go to the smaller pads or enlarged to go to the bigger pads, however you wish to look at it. But it does mean that you're going to get that luxurious finish if you start layering between the small and the large in your projects. I just love that. I think that really does give a sign of luxury. So that, of course, is the Lady in Red collection, 8 by 8, 6 by 6, and Little Bag of Magic that we looked at. But it's not over. There is a couple of new bits I wanted to talk to you about. Now, in our last release, when we brought you these last time, the most popular collections are Happy Christmas and Steampunk Journey. Even our restock order, I have a feeling some of the Steampunk Journey is already sold out. You was waiting for that to come back in and it has flown out the door. But there is some new bits that you might not have seen, might not have known what they were. So let's delve in and have a look at these. These are our pop-up pads. These ones are 6 by 6. They are £8.99 is the recommended retail price. They are on offer at the moment at £8.09. Now these are clever because these are like those cover sheets we've been looking at, but they're just endless sheets of those. So 24 sheets in total, I believe it was, wasn't it? Yep, 24 sheets, bonus front and back covers, all ready for you to go ahead and trim out and use. Now, you might not spot it easily, but again, reversed imagery. So when we cut these out, a bit like the bags that have been done for us, they're going to match up perfectly so that when you come to use these images, you're going to be able to 3D those butterflies, for instance, and not worry that the white wing underneath is going to shine through. You're going to be able to put these into apertures or put them over diagonal folds and bits and know that that door is going to match up on both sides. We've then got characters coming through here. We've got typewriters, we've got owls, we've got cogs, we've got light bulbs, we've got little mechanical bees. We've got everything going on in this, even the pipe work. This is gorgeous. Now, I know lots of you got the steampunk pads before. I have a feeling you're going to want to add these to your collection because these are all of those elements, all of the characters. They're going to help tell the story to the papers you've already got. I also like the way that the roses and the flowers and the leaves they're not overly steampunky. So if you don't wish to use them in that steampunk theme, you don't have to, but actually tone-wise, they're going to match beautifully throughout these, and they are going to match in with those papers that you may already have in your collections. So beautiful, beautiful pads going through here, beautiful elements. Really like the train on the reverse, and just like before, mirrored as it's gone through. Then we've got Happy Christmas for you. Again, one of our most popular pad collections from the last release. Let's have a little flick through this. So I can see so many good uses for these already. Look at those hollies, look at those poinsettias. Then we come through to our Christmas icons as such. The little red car with the sort of bow on top as such, the tree on top. Mr. and Mrs. Christmas, look at this. That's beautiful. The Nutcracker, oh, these are lovely. Even Rudolph. How glorious are these imagery, this perfection, this cup of coffee with a little, I forgot the name, like gingerbread cookie as such. Even the little gingerbread man over here, the teddy bear. Oh, these are gorgeous, aren't they? So all of these imageries ready for you to cut out and layer and build again through your Christmas cards, through your advent calendars, through your 3D MDF projects, through your journals, through your scrapbook pages. It's going to work, isn't it? These are glorious. So again, for this one, you are looking at £8.99 as your recommended retail price. Offer price for this one, £8.09. Loads and loads of elements in here. I'd hate to even imagine how many pieces there are if we was to go through and cut them all out and add them all up. There are endless bits. Love a hot air balloon. Really like the little tickets as well. These little tags are cute. Yeah, they're lovely. That's a beautiful pad. That's one I need for my collection too. They are stunning. And if you spotted on the inside here that we've got the Polish wording on these tickets, when we look to the reverse, we've got the English. So again, perfect for both languages. So that completes our latest Scrap Boys delivery. So whether it is the lady in red you're looking at, Paula's Attic, the Steampunk Journey, or of course the Happy Christmas, these are all now available in store and online, along with lots of the original items from the Scrap Boys now being topped up as well. So there is no better time to pop onto the website www.craftmaniacrafts.com and check out that Scrap Boys selection. As I mentioned before, there will be a direct link in the description to this video if that's easier for you to find, or if not, head onto the website and click the tab that says brands. It will open up and show you all of the different brands that we carry, and you can have a little look through them. You'll soon see Scrap Boys and the amazing collection of products that are available on the website. Once again, if you do wish to shop with us here in the UK and you spend over £10, your UK P&P will be absolutely free. If you spend less than £10, then your P&P is capped at £2.95. Whether you spend under £10 or over £10, if you wish to upgrade your P&P to first class, you can absolutely do so for the flat rate of £3.95. And if you're watching this from abroad and you would like to shop with us, then your international shipping is capped at £10. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to pop them in the comments. I'll do my very best to answer them for you. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye for now.